When most of us picture leadership, we imagine a position, a title. We picture the top of a corporate pyramid, where authority flows down and status flows up. Because of that picture, a lot of people bench themselves. A single parent raising kids, a student navigating high school, a retired grandparent. They look at their lack of a formal title and assume they aren't leaders. But if you strip away the titles and the corner offices, leadership at its core is simply influence, which means everyone possesses it. The only question is how you use it. To test how influence actually works, imagine making a historical wager 2,000 years ago. You have to bet on who will leave a larger mark on human history, an invincible military empire that controlled the known world, or a broke Jewish carpenter from a rural village with 12 inexperienced followers. The outcome of that wager is sitting on your phone's lock screen right now. The entire planet measures the current year based entirely on the birth of that single carpenter. 2 millennia later, we name our children Matthew, Mark, and John. We name our dogs Nero and Caesar. Jesus of Nazareth built more lasting influence than the greatest empire on earth, and he did it by acting in direct opposition to the world's definition of power. Throughout history, the default human setting has been rewards-based leadership. The goal is to climb the ranks to acquire perks, consolidate power, and feed your ego. The Roman Empire operated on a Greek concept known as kata, literally to put down. You push others down to elevate yourself. The people at the bottom exist solely to support the desires of the person at the top. Even the disciples fell into this trap. Right before he was sentenced to die, his closest followers were still elbowing each other out of the way, trying to secure the top 2 positions in his future administration. 2 of them, James and John, actually brought their mother to ask Jesus for the promotions, hoping to secure the highest-ranking rewards for their family. Seeing this toxic power struggle, Jesus called a definitive leadership timeout. He looked at his team and delivered a mandate that inverted everything they knew about authority. He told them, "Whoever wants to be great among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first must be your slave." He dismantled the traditional structure. In his model, the team doesn't serve the leader bears the weight to support the team. Operating upside down like this requires a specific psychology. The first marker of an inverted leader is a relentless focus on making other people look good. Instead of hoarding credit, they actively elevate the status and confidence of the people around them. To do that, a leader has to detach their self-worth from human approval and daily performance. If your value depends on what people think of you, you will inevitably make your leadership all about you. Consider the master opera singer who finished a legendary performance to a massive standing ovation. He walked off stage miserable, ignoring the thousands of cheering fans. He only cared about the opinion of one man in the front row, his former teacher. He was performing for an audience of 1. Because their ego is secure, the inverted leader actually craves harsh, negative feedback. A rewards-based leader hides from criticism to protect their pride. A servant leader demands it, because improving their own flaws is the only way to better serve their team. Removing fear and pride changes the math. Instead of protecting their own position, the leader can focus entirely on clearing obstacles for the people doing the work. Mary Peters proved that this philosophy holds up even under the extreme pressures of national government. As the United States Secretary of Transportation, she reported directly to the president and commanded immense authority over the nation's infrastructure. But she quickly realized that traditional command and control tactics fail completely in high-level government. If you try to force career politicians to bend to your will, they simply wait for your term to expire. Instead, she established a unified direction for her massive workforce by serving them first. Listening to them and supporting their objectives opened the door to actual cooperation. Today, out of the political spotlight, she spends her weekends volunteering in a church's 2-year-old room, and she recently adopted her 4 grandchildren to navigate them through a family crisis. She didn't use service as a temporary tactic to squeeze productivity out of government employees. It is her permanent, holistic identity. When things get uncertain, the natural human temptation is to panic, turn inward, and protect your own status. Fear makes us hoard whatever power we have. But if you want to leave a lasting mark, you have to abandon the pursuit of titles. Look at the organization you belong to, your home, your community, your workplace, and deliberately flip the org chart in your own mind. Pick exactly one way to intentionally serve someone else before this week is over. Take a task no one wants, elevate a colleague's idea, or give away credit for success. Because the ultimate paradox of influence remains true. You will only be lifted up to lead after you have willingly bent down to serve.